So in yesterday's video, I brought you the defenders for the World Cup 2026 and also the match international friendly, which will be against Austria and Germany respectively. So in today's video, I'm bringing you the midfielders. Yes, I'm bringing you the midfielders. So stay with me to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Also, like, comment, and share the link across so that others will enjoy the insightful content we upload here on this very channel. So let's get into the stories. This is the midfielders that Coach Otuado will be calling for the match international friendly against Austria and also Germany in the international friendly. So first on the list is Thomas Partey, the deputy captain for the Blackstars of Ghana. He has moved from Arsenal to Villarreal, and of course, he is 32 years of age. His market value is around 4.9 million euros. Yes, and his contract with Villarreal will expire on 30th June 2026. So this June, after the World Cup, Thomas Partey will be looking for a new club to play also over there. So this is Thomas Partey. So at Villarreal, he hasn't been getting enough play time, but it is what it is. The player will search for another club to play. So in Villarreal, in one of their games against Elche, he played just 16 minutes and he was rated 6.5. Yes, just 16 minutes that he came in, he was rated 6.5. And that game, Villarreal won over Elche and they played Barcelona. He was on bench. He didn't play that game whereby Villarreal played Barcelona and they lost by 4-1. And when they played Valencia, he also played 33 minutes. He was also rated 6.7. And they played Levante. He also played 12 minutes. He was rated 6.8. So you could see that from that small minutes that he has been getting at Villarreal, he has been getting the rating, because one is 6.5, the other is 6.7, and the other also is 6.8. So Thomas Partey, even though he isn't playing 90 minutes and also 85 minutes, 70 minutes, but the little time that he gets, he takes advantage over it. So in the Champions League over Bayer Leverkusen, he played 46 minutes and they lost by 3-0. And in the Spanish La Liga also, they played Real Madrid. He played just 40 minutes. He was rated 6.5 and they also lost that game. And in the Champions League against Ajax, he played 74th minutes. He had a yellow card in that game and was rated 6.4 and they lost that game. So Thomas Partey, even though he isn't playing much at Villarreal, but whenever he comes in, he makes an impact in the team. So to his transfer history, he was at Atletico de Madrid in 2013. And after that, he was loaned to Mallorca. Yes, so from Mallorca in 2014, he came back to Atletico Madrid, which is his parent club. And from Atletico Madrid from the 2014, he moved to Almeria. And in Almeria in 2015, he came back to Atletico Madrid and returned from loan. So from there, in 2020, Arsenal bought Thomas Partey for a transfer fee of 50.0 million euros. And from Arsenal, that he moved to Villarreal. So this is the transfer history for Thomas Partey from Atletico de Madrid to Mallorca, Almeria, coming back to Atletico Madrid again, and they selling him to Arsenal, and now at Villarreal also over there. And his injury update is quite fascinating. Yes, it's quite fascinating because in 2026, just this year, he was lacking match fitness, and as a result of that, he wasn't playing much. He also had an injury, had a knock, he had a muscle injury, and he also had a muscle injury in 2024. 2023, he had a muscle injury again, and a chest injury in 2023, and a thigh injury in 2022, and a groin injury in 2021. So this is the injury update for Thomas Partey, as he will be called for the Blackstars of Ghana, their international friendly with Germany and also Austria. And GTV, yes, GTV has hinted that they will be showing that match live, which is against Austria on the 27th of March. We'll be providing you highlights of the game, so you stay with me on here. So the next player is Mohamed Kudus. He is 25. He is a midfielder, plays for Tottenham Hotspur. So the player has been sidelined since January, and he will be back next month, which is April. Yes, he'll be back in next month, which is April, with a thigh injury or a muscle or an hamstring injury. So when Tottenham Hotspur played Crystal Palace, all of them, the player has been on the sideline for his club over there. When he came in from his first match, he has been starting back to back, and he has been providing the assist for Tottenham Hotspur. And he even said that he's a winger. Yes, he sees himself as a winger. And that is it. So with his transfer history, he was at Right to Dream in 2018. So Right to Dream, it was a free transfer to FC Norgeland. So from FC Norgeland in 2020, Ajax bought the player for 9.0 million euros. And from Ajax in 2023, he came to West Ham for a record fee of 43.0 million euros. And from West Ham in 2025, he came to Tottenham Hotspur, and his interview was, "I only wanted space because of the Champions League and also the manager." So now, Thomas Frank has been sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. Let's see, when he comes back from injury, he will be able to work under the new coach for Tottenham Hotspur. So with his transfer from West Ham to Tottenham was 63.8 million euros. That one is for Mohamed Kudus. No doubt he will be called when he's not injured to the Blackstars team. And next midfielder is Kosisible. So Kosisible is also 27-year-old. His market value is 1.3 million euros. And his contract with Real Oviedo will expire after the World Cup, which is 30th June 2026. So Real Oviedo, when they secured promotion to the Spanish top flight, which is the Spanish La Liga, in their game against Espanyol, he played full 90 minutes, rated 6.5. They drew that game, and they played Rayo Vallecano. He also played 46 minutes, and he even had a yellow card on top, rated 6.2. They lost. And against Atletico de Madrid, he played full 90 minutes, rated 6.8. They lost that game also. And against Real Sociedad, played 76 minutes, had a yellow card, 6.2 rating. So he also is his issue is just like Thomas Partey. When he comes in with a little time that he plays, he will make the best out of it. Yes, he will make the best out of it. And these are his transfer history. He was at Uratu in 2018, and he went to Watford. Yes, he went to Watford. Now in the English Championship as a free agent. And from Watford in 2019, he went on loan. And on loan, he came back to Watford again. And he was loaned to UD Ibiza. So from UB Ibiza, he came back to Watford on loan again. He returned from the loan. Yes, and he went back to that same UD Ibiza on loan again and came back to Watford, and he went to Real Betis. So his Real Betis transfer was in 2021. So at Real Betis in 2022, he also moved again, and now he's at Real Oviedo. So this is Kosisible's transfer history also over there. So his injury update, there's nothing to say. Yes, his injury update, there's nothing to say. So the next on the list is Elisha Owusu, who plays for Auxerre. So he also plays in the French Ligue 1. In their game against Strasbourg, he played 90 minutes, rated 6.8. They drew in a goalless draw, and they played Lorraine. He also played 90 minutes, 6.2 rating. They drew 2-2. And they played Rennes, played 90 minutes. They lost. So this is Elisha Owusu. His market value is 3.3 million euros, 28-year-old, and his contract will expire next year, 2027, which is 30th June 2027. And his transfer history, he was at Olympique Lyonnais in 2018. So he was at Olympique Lyonnais in 2018. He went on loan, and after the loan, he returned back to his parent club, and he went to Gen on a transfer fee. From there, that he moved to Auxerre to play also over there. And his injury update, he had a tendon injury, an abdominal strain, and a hip injury, and a whole lot of that. And next on the list is Lawrence Agyekum. So Lawrence Agyekum plays for Cercle Brugge, and he is 22. Market value is 1.9 million euros. His contract will expire in 2029, 30th June 2029, and he played 77 minutes when they were playing in the Belgium League, rated 6.4. They lost by 2-1. And when Cercle Brugge also played Denda, he played 90 minutes, rated 6.8. They drew in a goalless draw. And when they played Gen, he played 54th minutes, rated 7.8. They won that game. So Lawrence Agyekum is also transfer history. He was at Wafa here in Ghana. So he's a Ghana product. Once played in the Ghana Premier League. That was in 2022. And he moved to Salzburg on a transfer fee. So he played in Salzburg for 2 years, and he went to Cercle Brugge on loan. And when he went to Cercle Brugge on loan in 2025, he came back to Salzburg, which is his parent club, and Salzburg now sold him to Cercle Brugge, where he went there to play on loan again with a record fee of 800k euros. So this is also the transfer history of Lawrence Agyekum, who plays for Cercle Brugge.